I guess we got some Clippers talk after dark for you guys. Welcome in. I'm Adam Osland. I'm about to be in an In-N-Out drive-thru. And I thought, you know what? Might as well talk about the Clippers schedule release, right? Why not? Ooh, it's not even that busy in In-N-Out. This is rare. I'm kind of excited. I might get through this drive-thru too quickly. So, we just got the playoff schedule release for the Clippers and Denver Nuggets. And I'm hoping somebody will jump in here and let me know if you can actually hear me or not. Just let me know if you can hear me. I'd appreciate that. Earlier, I joined. Lauren Rosen had a Spaces going. That was fun with Sixers Adam, who she knew obviously from her time covering the Sixers in Philly. You guys hear me all right? Is everything good? I know people are upset. I know people are upset specifically with the fact that the Clippers' first playoff game at Intuit Dome is on NBA TV, not on TNT, not on ESPN, but NBA TV. I saw Dime drop a couple F-bombs in a tweet earlier. Dime Dropper will join me tomorrow. I'll ask him about that. And I get it. First ever playoff game at Intuit Dome. And it's not like it's Clippers Rockets. It's Clippers versus Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. Why is that not a marquee game? Now, I'm a little bit biased. I'm happy for Brian Seaman because more people will be watching him on the local feed, and the local guys obviously know our teams way better. And Brian's my friend. So I'm not that upset about it, but I understand. Other people, like myself, have brought up how both the Lakers and the Warriors have more days off between games 1 and 2 and games 2 and 3. That's interesting to me. I'm not trying to go conspiracy theory with it, but I do know if Golden State beats Houston in the first round and the Lakers beat the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round, and they're two of the oldest teams, they'll end up playing each other in the second round. Two of the other teams getting more rest between games. It's just interesting. I don't know. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Ray's in here saying, damn it, Adam, just when I thought I could shut off my laptop. Hey, I'm in the In-N-Out drive-thru. It's the playoffs. I might as well do some more content. You guys can hear my order. Here's the thing, though. While the Lakers play Saturday night and then not till Tuesday night, they do get more time off, and then they get 2 days off before playing again, I believe, on Friday. The Clippers play Saturday afternoon, have Saturday night off, obviously, in Denver, have Sunday night off, and then play game 2 on Monday night. So there's a little bit more time off. Not as much as the Lakers are getting, not as much as the Golden State Warriors are getting, who had to win a play-in game to get into the playoffs. Wouldn't happen to me, though. I mean, they almost lost that game, by the way, which would have been abysmal, and there had to be a 5-second call late on Memphis, which you never see. Game 3 still to be determined. Yeah, we don't have a time on that game yet. That's also an interesting wrinkle. I don't know. I guess I'm a little bit bitter that the Lakers and Golden State Warriors both get more time off between games. They both get 2 games off between game 1 and then game 2 and 3. I don't think it's the end of the world, though, and I'll tell you why. This actually could help the Clippers not having as much time off between game 1 and 2. Some people saying that was the fastest 5 seconds I've ever seen. Maddox saying Warriors in 7 versus the Rockets. Unironically, Hummus saying we're somehow going to have a back-to-back in the playoffs. Clippers have their own arena. That should never happen. But I got to say, here's my reasoning for why it actually might benefit the Clippers to have less time off. While you can say they have James Harden, they have Kawhi Leonard, they have an older team, Norm Powell, Batum. And that wouldn't really help if Batum's out game 1 and then game 2's Monday night. Ugh. Hopefully Batum isn't out, first of all. We don't know. They're going to evaluate him tomorrow. But it did sound like, from what we heard from Coach Lou earlier today, if you missed the show I did reviewing some of the practice audio earlier today, that Coach Lou basically said it sounded like Nico Batum wouldn't have played if the Clippers had been in the plan. He would not have been playing tonight against Memphis had they lost that game to Golden State on Sunday. So that's not great. But when they evaluate him tomorrow, hopefully it's not too bad. Not too bad, I hope, as the saying goes. Give me a second. I got to get my in and out order in here, guys. You're going to know so much about me. This is how you get to know people in Cali. Good. Could I get a number 2 animal style, no pickles, extra cheese with a 7-Up?
Yeah.
And that'll be all.
Were you beating in the car?
Yes.
Sounds good. Give me 1094 at the first window.
Thank you.
Of course. Have a good one.
You too. People saying drive safe, Adam. If I can't drive safe in a drive-thru, I got bigger issues going on. My thing is this, though. The Clippers are deeper than Denver. Denver should have to play their stars more. It actually might hurt them more to have less time to recover than it hurts the Clippers in this series. If Jokic is playing 44 minutes. I don't need the animal style fries. You're a demon for that order. Double animal style, extra grilled onions, chopped chilies is Deca Fantastic's order. No pickles on animal style, but you still get the mustard grilled into the bun. I should interview. All right, I'll ask the person that I hand the credit card over to, the cashier, who they got between Clippers and Denver. I know this is random, but who do you got between the Clippers and the Denver Nuggets? If that's what you guys want. Why is that order so funny? What's the problem? You should always get extra cheese on pizza and burgers is my philosophy. Always has been. It only strengthens the food item. It's like Kawhi. You get him, he only helps your offense and your defense. Raises your floor and your ceiling. Mental midgets in here. Why did Kenny Smith say Boston's going to go 6 with Orlando? Are you kidding me? And then Ernie had to correct him, like, nobody got more than one game off Boston in a series last year on their way to the championship. And they've been the hottest team post All-Star break, I think. They're defending champs. I mean, I like Orlando. I could see them getting a game, but 2 games? I had my blood work done recently. Everything was fine. And I ran a half marathon yesterday. What do you want from me, Jay Bose? Again, always get extra cheese on burgers and pizza. You can't go wrong there, unless you're lactose intolerant, which I used to be, but I had enough probiotics that I overcame it. You can overcome anything. Anything's possible. Oh, it's magic, It's not so. Sidebar, the Magic conversation. Back to the Clippers. I really think this might help them. They're deeper. Denver. I wish the Clippers were playing Orlando. Denver is going to have to play their guys heavier minutes. They're stars, right? So the Clippers having less rest between games against Denver actually can work in their favor. Maybe. But I see you, NBA. 2 old teams in the Lakers and Golden State Warriors that you couldn't get to hook up in the first round now both have to win their first round series to meet in the second round, and they have multiple days off between game 1 and game 2 and game 2 and game 3. I see you, Adam Silver. Why would they do this? Why would they do that? Brian Windhorst meme. What do I think about the Warriors struggling with Memphis today? I think the Clippers almost beat them twice. Golden State looked so gassed from that game on Sunday. Some of the guys did, not all of them. Steph late was still Steph. Jimmy Butler at 38. Deca says sweep them. Sweep who? Boston's going to sweep Orlando? Probably. There's a better chance they sweep Orlando than they go to 6 games against Orlando. What, Kenny Smith, do these guys even watch? Why would I ask that question? Rhetorical. Nico, my cousin, is here, said cheeseburger with whole grilled onions and chopped chilies is my go-to. He also said extra crispy fries. Alex Webb said Adam should do a drive-through live series now. What was the show? Diners and Drive-ins? Like I wasn't allowed to watch those shows. I wouldn't let myself do it because it would just make me hungry. Even though I would probably love food shows because I am a foodie. BC says, always like that. Not surprised at this point with the Lakers and Warriors getting extra rest. Like the Rockets don't need extra rest. They're young. The Timberwolves are young and don't need extra rest. Who needs the extra rest? The Lakers with a 40-year-old. Steph Curry's pushing 40. I'm not surprised by this. Now, maybe it was already set in stone because, I mean, the game, as soon as the game ended tonight, Warriors-Memphis, the schedule came out. I'm guessing the reason Game 3 at Intuit Dome next Thursday for the Clippers is to be determined with the time because we still don't know who's playing who yet. We still have games between Sacramento and Mavericks tomorrow night, and then they'll take on the Memphis Grizzlies to become the 8th seed. That's my guess. Love from London. Bloody hell. I love it. Ebenezer John is in here. Ebenezer, do I even need to ask if you're optimistic or pessimistic about the Clippers with a name as Ebenezer? Nice to meet you. Terry's back in. Jimmy Butler got fouled by Air, shocked. They actually got a couple of calls, though, at one point late, Memphis, too. The Zach Edey foul, by, I think, Jimmy Butler. Julian said Clippers versus Lakers in Western Conference Finals. I will be rooting for Golden State to beat Houston because they have a better shot of beating the Lakers, who I think are going to be in the second round. I'm not even worried about Minnesota in that series. Like, Lakers in 5, maybe it goes 6, but Minnesota's not beating them in that series. How's Rudy Gobert going to be able to stay on the floor? If you take one of your biggest strengths off the floor, how good are they going to be able to be defensively against the Lakers? Out of the 3 teams left, who do you think takes OKC to the most games? A good question here from Yawning Tears. I mean, how hurt is Ja with that ankle? I would have definitely said Memphis. But I don't know what Sacramento did against OKC this season. I don't know what Dallas did against them. Maybe Dallas. Maybe I go Dallas. They could take the most games, the most skin off of OKC. I mean, if they had Kyrie, they'd really do it. Ebenezer is no Scrooge. Clippers in 5. Wow. Just need to be defensively consistent. Ebenezer from London. I'll tell you who definitely doesn't have the time yet for the Clippers game and into a dome next Thursday. Ebenezer here. All right, you guys want me to ask the cashier who they got, Clippers versus Denver? I'll do it. Might add to this impromptu schedule talk we have here. How do you guys feel how the schedule lays out for the Clippers? They only have 1 day off in between game 1 and game 2. Are they the only team that has only 1 day off? I know they play earlier those Saturdays, so.
Well, it's not even, I don't see it bad. Like, Hi, how are we doing today?
Good, how are you?
Good. So you have a cheeseburger, frying, and 7-Up?
Yes, sir.
Can you do 10.90?
Hey, can I ask you a random question?
Sorry, what?
Can I ask you a random question? Who you got, Clippers and Nuggets in that series?
Nuggets? I'd say Clippers.
How many games?
I haven't really seen a lot of Clippers basketball, to be honest with you. Maybe but I know that they're better.
Ooh.
Because the Nuggets fired the coach, right? So
They did. What's your name?
I think maybe 4 games. I think they'll sweep them.
Woo! What's your name?
So, Hasio.
Hasio?
All I watch is Lakers right now, so I can't really tell you anything else about other than the Lakers, bro.
Well, good luck to you guys.
Yeah? All right. How's it going, all right?
Have a good one. So he was a Lakers fan, but he's got the Clippers sweeping Denver, mostly because, you guys help him pay for my In-N-Out. Think of fantastic here. He's got them sweeping them. Hi. Could I get 2 sides of spread and salt, please? Thank you. In-N-Out drive-thru. While it can't get packed, they are a well-oiled machine, like the Clippers offense with Kawhi back. Now what do I do? Do I park here? I probably should. Maybe park somewhere else. He's a casual Laker fan. Did you guys catch what his name was? I have this problem where I ask people their name and they tell me their name and I just go right through it. Because exchanging pleasantries, we're like numb to it. Maybe I'll park in the I don't want to totally give my location away. Miss Shakes is in here. She just finished the last pod. You finished all 3 hours? I only went 3 hours today. Only because I wasn't going to, but I was waiting for the practice audio to come out, so we got something on Nico Batum. That was the only reason. I guess I'll park in front of Ashley's furniture. Is it bad if I eat while we talk? Because I ain't going to wait. You guys heard Raphael? I don't know if it was Raphael. I'd have to review the tape here. Salt, 2 sides of spread. Troubles are over, dude. Except for the whole Jokic thing. That's troublesome. I didn't get animal style fries because the problem with animal style fries is what I would do. This is a pro tip. I would get cheese fries and then just add the spread afterwards, because sometimes by the time it gets to you, the sauce has been sitting on the fries for a while, and now they're even soggier than usual for In-N-Out fries. I mean, that's problematic. Am I wrong? Second Lebowski reference in the last 2 minutes. Let's see. These fries look pretty fresh, though. My first job ever was at In-N-Out back in, like, 98. I'm at Miss Shake's spot, apparently. Well, my first job ever. And I really wanted to work there. Now, they paid more than minimum wage, and that was part of it. But I had so much respect for their process, and I still do. They're clean, and they have that assembly line like business approach. Yeah, like I'd rather just get cheese fries and then add the spread myself, because if you get the animal style fries, the spread could be sitting there for a while. F off, Alex Webb. In-N-Out knows ball. Which take on Lauren's video? That was cool. I like doing spaces. I've never done one. Lauren Rosen had a spaces going earlier. Check it out. I jumped on with another guy named Adam who covers the 76ers, who she knew. I don't know. Do you guys have any hot takes about the Clippers schedule? Are you irate because the first game at Intuit Dome isn't nationally televised? Or it is, but it's on NBA TV? I'm biased, and I'm happy for Brian Seaman. That local feed, that's what it's all about. I don't really care about TNT or ESPN. But it is curious. It's the first ever game at Intuit Dome. I bet that Adam loves PG. Paul George? Who are you talking about? Somebody's got Nico Batum as an X factor? I mean, yeah. He's their second best option to use against Jokic. I don't know if they can win without him. Could somebody post the schedule in the chat so that I can bring it up and we can discuss it more easily? Can somebody succinctly put together a good comment that outlines the schedule, what days the Clippers are playing? And then I'll hit it and I'll put it on the screen. On my fat ass. Eats these fries with enough spread for you feel that. Oh, I get it, Ray. Now there's a cop that's just showing up over here. He's probably wondering what I'm doing. Maybe I can ask him. Clippers or Nuggets? That'd be good content. What is this cop doing donuts? I meant like doing donuts in the parking lot, not the stupid cops eat donuts stereotype. So game 1 Saturday. But can somebody in one post, one comment, put the entire schedule, and then I'll click on it and put it on the screen. Access said, so people are upset. Access said, it's the principle of the matter. I watched Brian Seaman on FanDuel, but the first playoff game at Intuit Dome deserves to be on national TV for those Clipper fans who don't have FanDuel. You're not wrong. It is on national TV, but it's on NBA TV. Bermuda says Clippers in 7. So game 1, Saturday, 12:30 tip. It is an earlier game, so even though they only have one day off, they got like 36 hours off between games, or no, more than 48. They got like 60 hours between games. Between games 1 to 2. They play the 19th, 21st, 24th, 26th, 29th. I don't know. I was kind of hoping for just one text here. Law expects game 3 to be a 7 p.m. tip. I mean, that makes sense. They don't want it to be too late. Just type like G1 this date. Or G1 SA for Saturday. I'm full of good ideas. Like eating during a Clippers talk after dark. I'm sure you guys love this. We got Clippers in 5. Clippers in 6. I don't think they're leaving tomorrow to go to Denver. I think it's going to be Thursday. They said they're going to evaluate Nico Batum tomorrow. They didn't do a real practice. It was just film work today. Clippers in 5. Clippers in 6. Ooh, did Deca Fantastic cook? I think he did. So, game 1 obviously on Saturday, 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific. Game 2 Monday night, That is a 7 p.m. Pacific time start tip-off. Game 3, Thursday. So they do have 2 days off between Game 2 and Game 3. The Lakers and Warriors have 2 days off between Game 1 and Game 2 and Game 2 and Game 3. Game 4, Saturday, so 1 day off. Now, Game 3 and Game 4 add into a dome, obviously. Game 5, if needed, it will be on Tuesday. So there's another 2 days off from Game 4 to Game 5. 1 day off between Game 5 and Game 6, and that's with the travel day in there. Game 5, that is, now wait a second. Game 4 is Saturday. So they do have 2 days off between Game 4 and Game 5, but then 1 day off between Game 5 and Game 6, and they'll be going from Intuit to Ball Arena. No, what am I thinking? They'll be going from Ball Arena to Intuit, I should say. Game 5 at Denver, Game 6 in LA, and then if you need a Game 7, that is Saturday. So it's every other day the last 3 games of the series. What do we got here? I can star things. No defense on Russ and Simmons will be must-watch TV. That's not very nice. I did look at my phone, Miss Shakes. Katie is going to have Murray in jail. I'm hoping Alcatraz. But Murray's too good. He's going to get loose. He can only do so much, especially playoff Murray. Playoff Murray is real, guys. I think we've seen it. I don't know the science of how many days you need because that involves like hemoglobin and red blood cells. I don't know if it would matter if they got an extra day or not, to be honest. Believe me, the Denver Nuggets always have that advantage. They are the most well-conditioned team. There's a reason why Jokic, some would say, isn't the most shredded rip player in the NBA. But he has gas in the tank. His cardio is elite. Probably helps that he's playing in Denver all the time. Maddox is getting way too far ahead of himself, saying Clippers in Boston in the NBA Finals. Sloppy Joe said, will Dunn get looks at the 3 in the corner? Oh, he will. Question is, will he knock them down? There's no question they'll leave them open. With how poor Denver's defense has been, they have to be able to play off of Chris Dunn to have success. If Chris Dunn is hitting shots from the outside, this Clippers team becomes very, very, very difficult to beat. I don't know the science on how long it takes to get used to the altitude. But there's a reason. Olympic athletes, boxers, they all train at altitude. Like, or the people wear the face mask at the gym and take in less oxygen to condition themselves, to train themselves. If you look at the Denver Nuggets, even in years where they were bad, if you look over their history as a team, even in years where Denver was bad, They were always pretty good at home. It's a real advantage. Why is Yawning Tears asking about a sweep? What chance do I give for a sweep in this series? By who? Either team? I mean, I'd be shocked. The game or the betting line for the series started at Clippers. It went from like Clippers plus 120, meaning you'd bet $100 to win 120, to now minus 120 for the series price on the Clippers, which means you would bet 120 to win 100. So the money's coming in on the Clippers. People believe in this team. Clifford said, do we have a time of the game? Which game? Game 3 at Into a Dome? Law thinks it'll be 7. Sloppy Joe said, if they give out shirts Thursday, we need to wear them, nation. Johnny said, are we back? Read out into it. Nick Ramos said, a real Clipper stock after dark. We are so back. I haven't done a Clipper stock after dark in a while. BC said, In-N-Out always smacks at this time, making me hungry. I love the little short crispy fries at the bottom. I'm really getting in my fat ass bag, so to speak. These little fries can be a delicacy. They're that crispy. I got Clippers in 6, but like I said, if Denver won in 6, I wouldn't bat an eye. You cannot underestimate this Denver Nuggets team. I don't believe if they give full effort, they will be as bad as they have been defensively. Part of the reason they were so bad this year defensively is not just because of the roster. There was a team that looked like this team looked disinterested. Disinterested, disconnected. They fired their head coach and GM. That could change a lot. I think they are more dangerous now, Denver, because of the firing. I think it will light a fire. We'll see if the Clippers can put it out. You win game 1, you make Denver look bad in game 1, they could start thinking, here we go again. Nothing's changed. It's just a continuation of this dreadful regular season we've been having, and we can't flip a switch. We can't turn things around in the playoffs. That's what you need to do. Go out and make a statement in game 1 if you're the Clippers. If they win out and put it on Denver, you might be able to break their will. But then again, they're champions. They're less than 2 years away from winning a championship. I'm just saying, if you could plant any seeds of doubt that they can turn this thing around after what has happened this season, you have to. You got to step on their throat. if you're in that position. But Denver's really, really good. Someone said need rest to play 25 minutes. Which bench can make the difference? They both can make the difference, but I'm eating in and out. I'm not sponsored by them. But Ivica Zubac did get 59 double-doubles this year. Was it 59? Or did he get 60? Watch party at Into It Dome on Saturday? That's dope. I wish we could broadcast from there. Clippers in 4. I don't think either team gets swept. Clips. How confident would you be if we were to win the first 2 games? And yes, I'm aware it's a huge if. How confident would you be if we were to win the first 2 games? Pretty confident. If you're coming back home up 2-0, that would be a significant thing. Why is that Mexican Nara asking if there's a watch party tomorrow? Save the crumbs for Carlo? Chill. I agree with Terry. Because now the players know it falls on them. If they fail, there's nobody else to blame. Was it January? Last time they played Denver? Last time they played Denver, it was the fires in Southern California. Looked like a bunch of guys didn't want to be there. They had their minds elsewhere, understandably. And that game could have been canceled. Right after that, they started canceling games. That was nuts. I agree with this take. Zoo has been good and has shown all these signs forever. He's actually just getting the opportunity this season to show exactly what he could do and what he could have been doing for years, I truly believe, because he's getting the basketball now. That's all it is. How many big games has he had over the years where he said, wow, look at how skilled he is? If he could do this more consistently. Well, he'd have to get the ball more consistently for that to ever happen. Now he is. That's how I see it. What verse? I think it's John 3:16. Yep. John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says, I just whooped your. I was going to. Anybody else watch that Netflix Vince McMahon documentary? It was pretty good. And through all the different eras of WWF, WWE. Julian thinks Houston and OKC are overrated. Ice cold beverage in here in the chat. I'm drinking you right now. That is a tasty beverage. Adam, you know how when you're hungry as hell and eat a good meal, you start licking your fingers and looking for crumbs? Is that the Clay Bond quote? We're eating prime rib. Close enough. Denver was like, "You're fired." Well, that's not very nice. But if I actually do a decent imitation of that. This is not for Mike Malone, but the Vince McMahon "you're fired" thing. You're fired. How's that impersonation? Johnny said you have to give some credit to Harden as well for Zoo. Remember Westbrook's 100-mile-per-hour passes? You do, but like every talented center has to have a good guy to get it to him. I'm not a big wrestling guy anymore, which is why I like that documentary because it took me back. John Cena, Cody Rhodes. I forgot WrestleMania is this weekend. I don't care. It's actually pretty good, says Mio. You ever had a Big Kahuna Burger? Is that a real place or fictitious, made up for Pulp Fiction? Jokic has more steals than Chris Dunn. What's the average per game? I mean, Jokic plays way more minutes, but yeah, he does get a lot of steals. Mio's going to WrestleMania. Dope. I'm a big fan of Mike Malone. If he doesn't take a job right away and the Clippers brought him in, I'd love it. But if he wants the Suns job, it's probably his. What about steals per 36 minutes done in Jokic? The Lakers, daddy. That's an all-time soundbite. Oh, if Coach Popovich retires, bring in Mike Malone. I could see that. You know, I don't normally like tomatoes. Like, I wouldn't want it in my salad. But in a burger, if it's a really fresh tomato, it's pretty damn good. And that's the thing about In-N-Out. Freshness. I know the dude doing those Chipotle commercials all the time. You guys really cook everything fresh, huh? They're so corny and set up. In-N-Out doesn't even have to do commercials. That's the thing. Like, they didn't do commercials for so long. Now, do I like In-N-Out as much as Five Guys or, I don't know, Whataburger? If you want to go into burger wars, it's different. It's different to me. I don't know. There's not as many toppings. There's not as many ways to accessorize your burger at In-N-Out, but they do one type of burger really good, and it's pretty cheap. If you go up against other places with a drive-thru, am I charging my car? Should I be concerned about that? Wait, my car's on. Maybe meant the battery, or you think I'm in an electric vehicle? Does Amir play if Batum is out, or the Clippers just run 8-man? I think he'll probably get some minutes, and we'll see how he looks. Honestly, I think this is a decent matchup for Amir. If he can get back to how he was playing, that'd be big for them. See, Dunn's per 36 steals pretty significantly above Jokic. But Jokic he's kind of like Harden in some ways, where his defense can be underrated and he has really quick hands. He's better than you would think defensively, for all the talk about him being really bad on that end. It's not that true. I think when they won the championship in 2023, that season, they had like the 14th best defense in the league, Denver, and that was enough. Clippers have missed some crunch time free throws this year. I agree with that. They've had me worried there. Super dope hip hop said the 2 to 3 days off long breaks usually even out over a 6 to 7 game series. So maybe Lakers Warriors will have some shorter breaks after the first 3 games. I didn't see that. Maybe you're right, but I don't think that's the case. Yeah, he's not a great rim protector, but like he can't jump and contest shots the way Zoo can, or the way great rim protectors can, Anthony Davis or anything like that. But he knows positioning. He knows where he needs to be. I gotta be honest. Getting a little bit self-conscious eating on camera like this. I think I'm done. I feel like there was another napkin. Damn it. I can be kind of a germaphobe. Is my car self-driving? It just runs off of good Clippers vibes. All right. I hope this was very educational and informative and crucial for your night. I didn't get a 4x4. It was a damn single. Now, I did get 3 slices of cheese on it. But I think I'm going to peace out, y'all. I want to know what the hot takes were with the schedule release happening. Why is Miss Shakes laughing at me? You finished the whole meal, nothing left. Well, yeah, I ordered what I wanted to eat, and I ate it. Like, I wasn't supposed to finish the whole meal. What is this rude? Is this not ladylike of me to not leave a little something on my plate? It was just one cheeseburger with extra cheese. It's not a big of a deal. I didn't get animal style fries like some of you wanted me to. That was called light work. Yeah. Kawhi and Jokic are 2 of the better playoff performers ever. But you got to give Jokic the edge because he's been doing it more recently. Kawhi just hasn't stayed healthy enough. And they kind of came back on the Clippers down 3-1. I know it was the bubble, but we weren't saying that when the Clippers were up 3-1. Then who cares? It's just the bubble. No, we were like, damn, some fog. Somebody burned out. Do you guys smell that? Oh, wait. No smell-o-vision? Probably for the best. All right. I'm done. I'm leaving you. Till tomorrow. Dime Dropper. Noon. I know he has something to say about the Clippers' first playoff game and into a dome not being on TNT or ESPN, but NBA TV. He's been going off. I'm Adam Osland. Talk to you guys tomorrow. If you're hungry, boy, do I know a place.